Coming to you Tuesday night. Sage, the Warriors beat the Timberwolves in game 1, 99-88. We don't know how this game's going to get remembered. It could be remembered as a meaningless game that kind of signifies the end of the dynasty, or it could be remembered as the game that kept your season alive. Either way, Sage, if the Warriors didn't get it done tonight, the season was over. They find a way. We just got to be happy with that at the end of the day.
I mean, it was an insane win. Tremendous team win. You get an A+ Draymond offensive game. He picked up the slack. Buddy Hield building off what he did in game 7 against the Rockets, but it kind of all feels meaningless. It all feels like this win means nothing.
Sage, come on. Okay.
All right, are you going to let me talk or what?
You could talk. I'm just saying, like,
okay. It all feels meaningless unless you get some good news on Steph Curry, because I am in the trenches every game, whatever you want to say. I'm going to be happy for the boys, but that's what matters, because you saw that fourth quarter. It felt like, I was saying, it felt like open gym that first 3 quarters. The Timberwolves locked down in that fourth quarter, and it was tough to score. It was tough to get a bucket. I mean, what I almost saw happen, that was scarring. So I'm happy for the Warriors. Insane team win. We could get into the win, but I will preface it saying my heart is still on edge. I am on ice until I get a diagnosis or I hear some news from Shams Charania. How do you say? I mean,
Sage, are you a doctor? Am I a doctor? Is Shams Charania a doctor?
I need a doctor, bro. I'm like Dr. Dre.
We need a doctor. Hey, we're like Dr. Dre featuring Eminem right now, okay? We need a doctor. We need a doctor quick. You don't know what's going to happen with Steph Curry. Clearly, I don't know. Sage, do you think it was something where it was a precaution, or because apparently Steph said he was fine to Draymond. So that's a good sign in and of itself that Steph goes and says, I'm fine. Because I think if he just did his hamstring, I don't think you'd be like saying to Draymond, hey, I'm fine here.
The thing, as someone who's hurt their hamstring once before, you feel it the most immediately, right? It's not like when you turn your ankle. Like, I feel like it lingers is the problem, but you know right away how bad you did it, at least in my experience, right? Like, okay, for example, I was making this analogy just because it's the last person I watched tear their hamstring, but when Mike Evans tore his hamstring, right? You see these football players tear their hamstring, they know right away they could barely walk. Like, sometimes you think they do their knee in because they can't even walk. Like, it just feels like right away, like they're cooked, they're done. I mean, he came back in, he hit a step back 3, got a rebound, and then hit a floater. You're not doing that if you're fully hampered. So they're working that thing. They got some massage therapists in there hydrating it. I don't know what the fuck you do. Do you just ice it? Do you just, give him whatever he needs? Like, I don't know how you tend a hamstring, but it's scary, man. Like, I can't even come on here and be that enthused. Like, I'm very scared. Like, I hope this guy's okay, because one thing I did learn, we're clearly better than the Timberwolves. That's one thing I know for sure.
I think that was the one thing that stood out to me, Sage, is that the Timberwolves did not look good all night. Obviously, this was a night where they probably had their worst shooting night of the entire season tonight. So they shot 17% from 3. At one point, what were they? 0-15 in the first half, right?
They were 7 for 47 their last game.
Anthony Edwards coming into the series, and I'm a victim of it, Sage. I'm a victim. I came in saying this is going to be a series where Anthony Edwards is going to tell you, is he going to be one of the best players in the league, or is he going to stay right where we thought he was? Right around that top 10, but nowhere above guys like Luka or SGA. He looked bad to start off this game, Sage. He couldn't really buy a bucket. I think he started 0-10 and he missed his first free throw. It's like, what's going on with this guy?
0 for 11. Did not score. Did not hit a field goal in the first half. 0 for 8 in the first half. Had 1 point, was it? The first 20 minutes of game time. Just a weird ant game.
Weird ant game. He eventually turns it on late, but right when Curry goes down, that's about midway through the second quarter, right?
Yeah, he played the first. Came in and
started the second or middle of the second, somewhere around there.
He played 13 minutes. Steph did. So
okay,
doing his rotation about midway second.
About midway in the second, you're up 10. I think a big part, and we didn't even bring him up, Sage. You brought up Buddy Hield, but Draymond Green with a couple big shots, not only to start the game, but especially right after Steph got hurt. Where I don't know about you, when I was watching the game, all the energy from the room got struck down by Steph going out. We're like, okay, it's over. Okay, it's over. Minnesota's going to come back. They've been missing all game. Ant's going to get hot, and we're going to get cleaned out. We're going to lose this game, and then we're probably going to lose the next 2 while Steph's out. But Draymond kept the momentum going. He got to 15. I think you're up 15 at half, and Buddy Hield in the third quarter had a bad Buddy game. score 16 in the third quarter. You're up 20, and barring a major collapse, you win the game. It got scary, but they got it done.
It was so funny. As soon as the fourth quarter started, I knew we got the ball because we won the tip. I was telling my brother, I was like, thank God we won the tip so they can't just hit us with that quick three that takes all the momentum right away. Jonathan Kuminga within 10 seconds turns it over. Naz Reid three on the other end. I was just immediately just like, I've seen this before. Here we go. Like the one thing you couldn't let them do, they did. Despite that, I mean, when it got down to 9, it was sweaty. You get a quick buddy three to Jimmy Butler bucket to put it back up to 14. I mean, it was just timely possessions. It's funny because when you look at it, right, both teams look at it like this, right? The Timberwolves, they lost the game. They couldn't lose. Steph Curry goes out. He might be okay. You don't know. He might be okay. He might play game 2. You don't win the game that Steph Curry misses. Like, that's huge. That's something that kills your locker room. But on the other end, the Warriors, you kind of had to win this game. Like we said, Anthony Edwards.
Kind of?
Yeah. Anthony Edwards, 0 for 11. The Timberwolves started 0 for 16 from 3. Like, even without Steph, like, this is a game where if you don't win it, you don't take this game 1. You feel like the whole series, just everything's deflated, even though it's just game 1. Like, you can't lose a series in game 1. I mean, unless your star player gets hurt, but I feel like you can swing the momentum and really take control and kind of feel a team out, which I think the Warriors did without Steph. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe he's going to get some rest, get that energy. But I don't know. He wasn't expending much in the first quarter.
I think it's a good thing. I don't think this is a good thing.
Dude, it was coming so easy to him in that first quarter. Like, he figured them out, like, immediately. They were putting Gobert in jail. Gobert barely played that second half. When Steph was out there, they couldn't play him. I was just seeing in that first quarter, I'm like, oh my God, like, this might be dubs in 5.
No, I mean, I saw Steph get some of the easiest shots that I've seen him get in the past month. Even with that playing game with the Clippers, the Memphis playing game, and then the entire series versus the Rockets, Steph was getting hounded. Sage, it looked like it was coming easy to him in that in the first couple quarters. Like, I think he ended up shooting maybe 5 of 11, but he was getting easy shots. The Warriors were not even playing. The Warriors were not even playing a good game on offense, but the Timberwolves just looked so bad that you almost wanted the Warriors to be up more than, I think it was around 8 points. You're like, the Warriors could have already won this game. That's how cold the T-Wolves were. But when you're looking at Anthony Edwards, man, I'm going to expect Steph to miss 2 games at least coming up here. At least.
More.
I mean, it's a hamstring. What's that?
2 more.
I expect him to miss at least 2 more games.
So 2, okay.
It's a hamstring, Sage. It's a hamstring.
No, I agree. Chase, me and you were trying to be positive, and we just couldn't. Like I said, I'm like, I think he's cooked.
The thing with hamstrings is that you can't test it out. It's not a situation like a knee where you can play through it. You can possibly get your hamstring injury to just end up being a lot worse. So the fact that you have Steph, who's probably going to miss at least 2, I think maybe even 3 games on top of this. If you're Anthony Edwards, if you're Minnesota, how do you not win this game? You could have basically locked up the series here. You could have gotten on a 1-0 lead, and then you have 3 games playing the Golden State Warriors without Steph Curry. So This has to be a major, major negative on Anthony Edwards right now. He's got to respond big time in game 2, which I think that he will, but I don't think it's even going to make up for the stage. This is really bad from Ant.
I mean, I have takeaways from this game. We can get into it. One thing is maybe we need to slow down on the, I mean, I keep saying it with Ant, like, everyone loves him. I get it. But like, whenever he does something amazing, it's immediately like, this guy's top 5, whatever you want to say. And then he has a game like game 7 and it just gets brushed under the rug where no other superstar, no other athlete, they're going to get that type of treatment. Tatum, I'm going to put him like, I think he's on the Tatum, Shy, like Wemby. I'd say that like, that's like kind of the young new class. Maybe Tatum's a little older, but that's kind of like the level I see him at. Like all those other guys, maybe not Wemby, but like Shy and Tatum, if they don't do shit, they get crushed. I mean, it gets hidden more because they're on better teams, but they get crushed. Ant never really gets crushed. He does his like little tour around LA, doesn't get crushed. It's not corny because it's Ant, whatever. But then he has games like this, and it's like, if you're really a top 5 guy, you can take control of a series. I get it, you're young, but you don't put up a stinker like that. 0 for 11. And it's not like, it was how he was doing. He was missing wide open layups, like wide open layup after
all
wide
around
open layup.
The rim, Sage.
Was not engaged on the defensive end. Was not engaged on the defensive end at all. Just going out. He didn't seem engaged until the 4th, where he was just kind of, I mean, he was standing in the corner. GPT was just watching him like this. They're going through Naz Reid and DiVincenzo, who I thought both played great games. it was just a weird ant game. He didn't try and initiate anything. Like he was active on the boards, but kind of just took himself out of it. Seemed like he wasn't all the way there. I thought he was hurt. I literally said he has to be hurt. There's no way he's playing this bad. And he wasn't.
I think he was just playing that bad. I don't think he was hurt at all. The rest of the Timberwolves didn't play that good either, Sage. I mean, Julius Randle had a solid game. I think he put up, maybe around like 19 points, but he's just not an efficient player for me. I honestly really don't like Julius Randle's game. Honestly, nobody really has, but Jay McDaniels put up 12. Mike Conley, goose egg, minus 12. He's basically a shell of his former self. I can't even believe that people list the Timberwolves as, plus 800 to win the NBA Finals right now, and you have Mike Conley as your starting point guard.
Yeah,
he really stood out.
Quick.
Yeah, I mean, he really stood out as a guy who really couldn't make an impact in the game. The only guy that I was impressed with, other than Edwards towards the end of the game, was Naz Reid. I mean, Naz Reid is just a guy that's given us issues over the past couple of years, and in a game where Gobert struggled, I thought Gobert struggled a lot. He's not a force on the boards. You saw the Warriors. I think that was another big part of the game, that you saw the entire series with the Rockets, that the narrative was we were getting beat up on the boards. We're a small team and we couldn't man up with the bigs. You're going up against the Timberwolves, who have Naz Reid, Julius Randle, and Gobert. You expect them to get crushed on the board. Sage, 51-41 in favor of the Warriors, 18-12 in favor of the Warriors in terms of offensive rebounds. So the Warriors defense and them attacking the boards is probably the unsung hero of why I won the game.
Quick Curry update.
Okay. Just lay it on me. Good or bad, just lay it on me.
The Warriors are saying Steph Curry is day-to-day with a hamstring injury. MRI tomorrow will further update his status. Curry, when asked about Curry in the locker room, he is crushed. I don't like that.
Okay, so, I mean, day-to-day.
They're just saying that because they want the Timberwolves. I think he's done.
That's not a real update.
Anthony Slater tweeted it. I don't know what to say.
No, I know what you mean. That's what they have to say at the press conference, but I don't think they're going to know for sure until they check out that MRI.
Yeah, hopefully it's not. I mean, they said it's a strain, which means a tear, my knowledge that I picked up on Twitter, but hopefully it's not torn. Hopefully he's fine. I don't know, man. Like, I would literally give him my leg. Like, I think it's so open. Chase, first time in NBA history, all road teams won game one in the second round of the playoffs. That just happened. Road teams are 5-0 now, with the Cavs losing to the Pacers again today. Like, there's some magic. Like, could you even say who the two best teams in the league are right now? I mean, it's still probably Boston and OKC. They'll probably be there at the end of the day. But right now, like, they ain't won a game in the second round. Like, it's open.
Yeah, exactly, dude. That's what I was thinking during the entire game. When Curry got hurt, and it wasn't, maybe we were up 10. It was at a point where we still had a lot of game to go. It honestly seemed like it was going to be a long shot for us to win the game. I'm like, the West is opening up right now. OKC looks like, I don't know, maybe they don't have what it takes to beat the Nuggets. They're deep. They got SGA, but you saw that when it got tight late in the game, they kind of shriveled up a little bit. So you're starting to question OKC a little bit. You're thinking, okay, we can maybe beat Denver. And then what you saw in the first quarter against Minnesota, the Warriors clearly looked like the better team. On the other side of the bracket, you got the Celtics going down, and then you got the number one seed, the Cavaliers, now are down 0-2 to the Pacers. So it seems like everything's opening up. You just hope that Steph Curry comes back at a point in the series where we're tied and the series just isn't over and we have a shot. Because if we could get past the series and Steph Curry's healthy rest of the way, anything's possible. Anything's possible. The team looked great.
Another takeaway I had. What do you rate Kerr's performance today? What do you think? It was a very.
I don't know. They
suited up 15 guys. They suited 15 guys. 12 checked into the game.
Start of the game, I really did not like I did not like the rotations that were coming in. I was lighting up the group chat with Guy Santos takes, and then Kuminga came in.
All right. They were all proven right, by the way.
And Kuminga came in, which I wanted. I wanted Kuminga in there instead of Guy. I'm like, why are we putting Guy in there instead of Kuminga? Kuminga had a bad first stretch. But I will say, I thought that he was going to be on ice for the rest of the game. He came back for a couple minutes in the second half, looked a little bit better, got a jump ball, won the jump ball, got a slam on the other side. I think he hit a 3 as well. So
Yeah, he
I
really
guess
got the
that's good.
scoring
I
going.
mean, there's definitely so many issues. I mean, this guy is just so inexperienced, terrible defender. I don't know what it is, Sage. He gets stripped at least like 3 times a game.
He's just dumb. Like he's just like not a smart. He's not a smart basketball player. I wish he was like Amen Thompson, like a defensive dog who just has no offensive game, but he's still useful. He's just not that. He doesn't have an impact. Like he doesn't impact this team. I don't even want to spend time talking about him. But Kerr, got guys rest. Like he did what? Jimmy played 41 minutes. Buddy played 40, which is crazy. But Draymond 35, obviously the foul trouble. But everyone else around 15, 13, 24, 29 for pods. Like really spacing these guys out, getting them rest. I said at the beginning, Kerr's going to have to put on a master class to make sure we have energy in the fourth. And he did, conserving Kevon Looney, benching Draymond when he had 5 fouls, not really putting him back in because the game had been decided. I mean, you're getting crushed on the glass by Gobert. You put Kevon Looney in, immediately go get a 5-0 run. They take Gobert out. The game's in hand, basically. You're dominating them on the glass, like you mentioned. You're able to close out on the three. I mean, the way the Warriors were able to run the Timberwolves off the three-point line, no easy threes. I mean, you saw all the open threes the Timberwolves got on the Lakers. That wasn't happening against the Warriors. Warriors were statistically the best team at defending the three, not giving up open threes. They showed that tonight, made everything around the perimeter. What did the Timberwolves want to do all night? They just wanted to shoot threes. They were looking for threes. When they couldn't get it, they were just forcing themselves into bad possessions. They didn't know where to go to the ball, just tossing grenades to one another. Turnovers, the Warriors were able to take advantage. Clearly had a better game plan when the Timberwolves had a week advantage to prepare. So that was definitely very encouraging. That another thing why it's just so frustrating that you might be without your best player for a few games.
Isn't it just crazy coming into this game one? I was just thinking about it today at work, and I almost thought of it as gravy. Okay, if we do anything good in this game, we're coming in on short rest. They're at home. They got 5 days. They got 5 days of rest. They should honestly blow us out. If we could be competitive, maybe steal it, that's a major win in this series. Everything obviously changed with Steph because that just changes the entire vibe of the series. But I don't know. Like you said, like we said at the start, we don't know what this game's eventually going to come down to. We can only just analyze the game for what it was. But I thought Jimmy Butler was great down the stretch. There were some points of the game where it was the Jimmy Butler performance where he would just get to the rack and pass it out. He was kind of not being aggressive in certain spots, but he had big shots late, especially when Steph went out in the first half. He hit that bank 3, which was just crazy.
The grenade at the top of the key. Yeah.
I mean, I think that took it from 10 to 13, and that's what the Warriors did good. They never let it really get below 10 until the fourth quarter. They always kept the Timberwolves at bay and never really let them get on a big run. And the Warriors had control of the game. Looney had some big minutes, Sage. I mean, Quinn Post.
Looney played great.
You brought up the number of players that Steve Kerr rolled out today. Quinn Post didn't play that much. He was a guy that we were hyping up pregame.
I thought he looked good.
Yeah, but it just seemed like Kerr didn't want to roll him out. Whatever Post was doing, Kerr just didn't seem into it. But Looney played some big minutes, had a lot of great rebounds, was playing good D. Looney, couple big games back-to-back where we really didn't think that he was going to be an impact at all coming down the stretch.
A professional, man. Like Draymond Green says, he's just a professional, shows up to work every day, lunch pail and hard hat type of guy, just always doing the dirty work. Does the things that don't always show up in the stat sheet, but man, he played so big, like getting stops at the end, grabbing rebounds, offensive rebounds. I mean, they basically possessed the ball from the 520 to the 410 mark and just took all the air out of that Timberwolves run where he got an offensive rebound, then passed it out and then got fouled by Gobert. That sent Gobert to the bench and you got 2 extra possessions out of it. Still couldn't score, obviously, because you couldn't score at anything in the fourth quarter, but creating opportunities, getting the ball, playing against the clock at the end, able to kill the clock. It just shows you, man, like the Warriors are going to find different ways to win. I think the Timberwolves can only win one way, playing one way. The Warriors can find different ways to win. One thing that was concerning, though, Timberwolves almost had 60 points in the paint. Steph Curry's not helping that out. Like, you got to figure that out one way or the other. Maybe it's because they couldn't get anything going with the 3, but they were able to get to the rim on you at ease, and they missed a lot of layups too. So that's one thing that kind of was concerning.
It was concerning, but Sage, honestly, a lot of guys came up big. So GP2 played solid all day, I thought. He had good defense, but the big play was that shot late to basically ice the game.
The GP2 one in the corner?
Yeah, that was huge.
Yeah, huge.
That was huge. Because it got to 9, and then you're thinking, okay, there's still enough time for the Timberwolves realistically to go out and win this game. But when it got to 12 with like 2:40, you're like, okay, they got no shot here. They got no shot. Yeah. So GP2 played big. Pat Spencer, I mean, you were calling for it.
Come on, bro.
You were calling for it the entire day. No, come on. Hey, take your walk right now, baby.
Dude, I just think this guy plays the game the right way, as corny, cliche it sounds, because he's a white lacrosse player, but he makes winning plays. He was getting the ball where it needed to be. He had like 2 big time defensive plays as well. A little like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar hook shot over 2 defenders when you needed it.
Yeah, running hook was fired tonight.
He had that steal on the baseline on Gobert that they called a foul. Clean play. That should have been an extra possession. I thought he made all the right plays except for the charge on Terrence Shannon. He should have lobbed it up to GP2. That was his one mistake of the night. He'll learn. He'll come back stronger. But, man, he showed me something in that game 5 against the Rockets. Like, he's a dog. He's a smart player. You could trust him with the rock. Has a pretty good handle. He's coordinated. And he's just another guy who can handle the ball when Steph's out. So, he's a luxury, man. He's a luxury to have when Steph Curry's out.
That was a funny call in the broadcast, too, where Van Gundy was like, so we all saw that Rockets-Warriors series, and – you saw Draymond going at it with Dylan Brooks, with Amen Thompson, Jalen Green. Pat Spencer was the only guy to get ejected from that entire series. But especially when you were up 15 and you were really just trying to keep the Timberwolves at bay, Spencer was a perfect guy to get in there. Sage, like you said, just a reliable ball handler. And even though he's limited, I mean, come on, the guy's limited as fuck just in what he could do, but doesn't make mistakes, makes the right play. If he could give you 4 points too while he's at it, that's just a major bonus. So he only really had to put in how many minutes did he have today, Sage? Maybe about 7 or 8?
11.
Not even? He had 11, but no, big time performance by Pat Spencer. And in a game like this where the ship goes down and you just need anybody to try to get the ship back up afloat, you're going to need a game like this. So we got lucky. I think we got lucky in a sense, Sage. If the Timberwolves played a 5 out of 10 game, I think we lose.
It doesn't matter, though, when you don't have Steph. Like, that's more embarrassing on them that they didn't win. Would you rather be a Timberwolves fan or a Warriors fan? I just checked.
Would I rather be a Timberwolves or a Warriors fan right now?
Yeah.
It's hard to say until you get the MRI with Steph, because it's honestly hard doing. It's honestly hard doing this entire podcast without knowing what Steph is, because we can talk about what we saw today.
Trying to say it. I got yelled at.
I know, but we were coming like 30 seconds after we just won a big game, and you're saying how it's so depressing, and everybody's just trying to think positive, Sage. Everybody's just trying to think positive, but yeah, I mean, we don't know where it's going to go. You can only be happy that you won game 1. Series odds? I'd probably say it stays the same. I'd probably say it stays the same. I think it'd probably be Timberwolves minus 185. I'd rather be a Timberwolves fan. Let's be honest, Sage.
It's down. Still down. They're gonna wait.
Oh, it's still down. Like there's no bets.
Oh no, it's even. Even Timberwolves are slight favorites.
What are you talking about? Like minus 115?
I'm looking. They don't have the series odds, but they're the exact same odds to win the finals, which means the series is even.
Do you think Vegas has any like insiders with the Timberwolves who are just giving them calls right now? You don't think so?
No, no way.
Or not with the Timberwolves. I mean, with the Warriors.
See, like, that's maybe.
Hey, like inside info, really. How's the hamstring? Are we talking like 5-7 days? We talking 2 to 3 weeks? Like, what are we looking at?
They know something. They're ahead of it.
They gotta know something. If they're putting a line on it, then they're putting themselves at risk, and that flips the series based on what Steph Curry is going to be available with.
Before we go here, can I get a little rant in?
Yeah, go ahead. What are you thinking, baby?
The TNT broadcast as a product, I love inside the NBA. The announcers, I think, are very underrated. The camera work is so bad. Like the camera angles they go to, the zooming in on guys while we got the game going on. There's a Brandon Pajemski steal, or he forced a turnover. I still don't know what happened. They never talked about it.
Yeah, he drew a charge. He drew a charge and nobody saw it.
Never showed it. You have a big like advertisement going on while they're reviewing a play, and then it gets overturned, and then the ball's in, and they're still showing this advertisement. Like, you got to be better. This is the biggest game in your network's history. You got Steph Curry on your network. You got to air the game. None of this bullshit. Like, we can't be missing plays because you're showing a zoomed in image of Naz Reid's face. It just can't happen in the biggest game of the year so far. Just can't happen.
Wait, are you talking about how at the start of the game you couldn't see the first couple minutes because it was in Indiana?
No,
Are you
not
talking
that.
about
Well,
that or
that
just
too.
the in-game broadcast?
I didn't even mention that. That too. Like that's terrible. If you're gonna have a 4:30 game, start it at 4:30. Nothing should be. I get the 6:30 game starting a little later. Nothing should hold up the first game. Nothing on earth should hold up that first game. What could possibly be happening that your 4:30 game has to start at 4:45? Start at 4:30. You're on schedule. We could get all the games in on time. Why can't that ever happen?
Or just throw the second game on True TV for a couple minutes and don't
Yeah,
have it be
NBA
the
TV.
Cavaliers Pacers game as well. So I don't know. Well, okay. You want to get that one out, huh, Sage? You kind of
Piss
felt
me
that
off,
one a little bit.
I never saw the Brandon Podziemski charge. I'm upset.
Did we give enough hype to Draymond? Did we? I mean, he got in foul trouble late, but Sage, I think this was his best shooting game all year. He's had a couple of games like this, but
Game 7 was good. No, don't forget quick.
And everything. This, I mean, come on. Without Steph Curry, Sage, he was almost like Magic Johnson running the point. He was literally running point guard, and he was the one bringing up the ball. He was manning up Gobert, Randall down low. He was getting boards. Sage, he was doing everything tonight. Like, Buddy Hield's obviously the guy who kind of took control of the game
in the
third quarter, made it a 20-point game. But Draymond, he was awesome all night. This is weird. This is a weird season for Draymond because you think back to 2023, that was the all-time low where you punch Jordan Poole, you basically lose your role in the team as like an unquestioned leader. To see Draymond get back and have a season like this where he's a DPOY candidate the entire year, I think he should have won. I think he kind of got robbed. Who won it? Dyson Daniels?
No. Evan Mobley.
To see what he's been doing, especially the past month, I'm just so impressed with Draymond. And today, he played his best game when you absolutely needed it to keep the dynasty alive, in my opinion.
I know. You have a shot in this series. If Steph has to miss a game or two, you're still live down 2-1. So you gotta at least be thankful and hope that he comes back as soon as possible.
This is going to be the worst because when you're at work, when you're at your 9-to-5 job over the next couple days, you're just going to be researching doctors on Twitter. I already know I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be researching doctors on Twitter. I'm going to be trying to see their diagnosis. You always get the Twitter doctors coming out after a big injury like this.
I sent you all of them that I saw come on my feed. There was a few.
Like, they're not involved with Steph at all. They're not in the room, but they just get basic. I mean, honestly, if you're a doctor who's trying to make some bank, get some views, get some numbies, you got to, right? You got to throw out your prognosis on what you think is happening with Steph's hammy right now.
Draymond Green says Steph Curry was deflated in the locker room.
I mean, he has to be deflated, Sage. I don't think that he's going to be ecstatic after he just got a hamstring injury that I think at best takes him out for 2 games. Right? Like, I just feel like with a hamstring injury, you're not recovering in 3 days, and then you're good to go 100% the rest of the way.
Yeah, Steve Kerr said we're planning on him not playing Thursday. We don't know yet with the hamstring. It's hard to imagine he can play Thursday.
I think my best case scenario would be he misses games 2 and 3, and he plays game 4 on Monday. Yeah,
you just got to take one at home without him.
Just take one at home. You stole game 1 in Minnesota, which is huge, especially now with no Steph. But all you need to do, just get that game 4. It's 2-2. Then you get Steph back in Minnesota for game 5. And like we said, when everybody was out on the court, the Timberwolves looked a lot less scary than the Rockets from what I saw.
100%. The Rockets are clearly a better team than the Timberwolves. It's not even close. I don't think it's close.
Especially when Ant's playing like this. I think that Ant's going to definitely have better games for the rest of the series, but
I think they destroy a game too. I don't think it's going to be pretty.
You're saying the T-Wolves are going to destroy us?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is a game that they have to have. We're not going to have Steph Curry, and we already stole one. And now, I mean, Jimmy played 40 minutes this game. I think he played 45 in game 7. The rest of the Warriors are going to be tired as hell, too. So I think you lay down the swords for this one, Sage. I think you lay down the swords, just try to rest up the legs as much as possible. Maybe you could steal game 3, even without Steph, if he's not going to be out there.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's such a bummer because it's like now it's really setting in like he's not going to be there Thursday. Just sucks ass.
I know. It's a tough one. But all right, Sadra. I mean, I think that's all we could really get from this game. Great win. Warriors win 99-88. It's a little bit bittersweet, though, because Steph Curry exits the game with a hamstring injury. We don't have a diagnosis right now on how long Steph Curry is going to be out. All you got to do, Sage, whatever deity you pray to, fucking before you go to bed, pray. When you wake up, before you brush your teeth in the morning, pray. Hit up all your family members, tell you love them. Just do everything you can. Just pray to whoever to make sure that just make sure that Steph Curry's okay. Do your part. Do as much as you can, because it'd be depressing if we don't get Steph Curry back.
Agreed.
Sage, that's going to be it for the stream today. Where can they find us, baby?
TikTok, Twitter. We're on Red Note. We're on OnlyFans. You can find us on Hinge. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Facebook. Find us anywhere you need to find us.
Don't tell Peso that, but yeah, you can't find us on Hinge. Westbound and down.
Just Chase. All right. You know where to find us. Same same tag everywhere. Link in bio.
I'm not going to lie, people. I don't think we're going to be coming back with a Thursday reaction.
No way.
I think that's a good day for a day off. Maybe get set up for Saturday.
100%.
I mean, yeah, you got to take some days off, and especially in the playoffs when you got every other day. I think Thursday with no Steph Curry, you're in Minnesota. I think that'll be a good day to take off. But all right, people, Warriors take the 1-0 series lead against the Timberwolves. We'll see what happens with Steph Curry, but for tonight, that's going to be the end of the stream. We'll talk to you guys later.